In this video, you'll be challenged to count as many birds of one species as you can find. You'll have to pause all the video clips multiple times to look around 360 degrees to find them all. Good luck! Wow, that was hard. Were you able to count all of the birds? To put those counting skills to use, you can become a community scientist by sharing your bird observations with programs like Cornell Project Feeder Watch. Cornell uses data from bird watchers just like you to study bird distribution, whether bird populations are shrinking or growing, and if they're moving into new locations. Pay attention to how each of the bird species behaves while they're feeding together. Are they aggressive or calm? Close together or spread apart? We can learn a lot about birds by observing their feeding behavior. What did you notice about the dark-eyed juncos, pine siskins, and bush tits' different behaviors while they were feeding? The Cornell Lab of Ornithology has an avian sociability index, which describes 3 different behaviors between birds at feeders: feisty and ready to fight, socially unaware, and happy campers. Which species do you think demonstrated each of these categories? Well, the juncos just didn't really seem to care about one another, socially unaware. Notice, however, that they did keep their distance. Do you think this helped them to keep the peace while they were eating? How might they have behaved differently if they had to eat closer together? The pine siskins, in contrast, were ready to fight, being very aggressive, attacking one another, and showing threat displays. I would not want to be one of them during feeding time. Finally, we have the happy campers. As you saw, the bush tits got along just fine, crowding in amongst one another, packed as tightly as possible, readily sharing. There were no fights and no aggressive behavior. 3 different bird species with 3 very different feeding behaviors. These were all examples of intraspecies behavior, or how birds of the same species react to one another. In a future video, we'll look more closely at interspecies encounters, that is, between 2 birds of different species. Stay tuned for our next 360 video, and happy bird watching.